Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your magic moon message. This is the Peace Dealer, Moon in Gemini. As I record this on Mars in Gemini, Sun in Libra. This is ninth house, post third quarter square. No. We're coming into the third quarter square after this transit, and this is the gearing of complete breakthrough of understanding your true power. True power is Gemini moon, Libra sun. You could even say true power is just Libra, right? But this true social power, that relative to this third quarter square post harvest prepares you for breakthrough, is taking everything that you have been harvesting since this full moon and having you understand what your true power is called, having you understand what to think of and how to think of the true nature of, said power. And the important thing about true power is true power can never be taken from you. So unlike, power in the form of ammunition, strength in numbers, or, physical, tangible things that can be taken from you, true power is connected to your true character, which is something you'll always have. Even if it's taken in a certain sense, you always be able to bring it back. So this is cool because now, relative to how you've been evolving, connecting, and taking actions with other people, this level of understanding facilitates boom, 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 breakthrough. And a huge element of this is the grand air trine that comes through with Mars, Saturn, and the Sun, enabling very dynamic and semi-controversial due to its supernatural and metaphysical implications in interactions with others and things you do, and integrating it into real-life social dynamics based on ways you express these in forms of your abilities. For example, simple actions you could do can just challenge the status quo based on what has always been said is impossible. For especially given that what we do, or what as far as astrology, this here is science, is still seen as a pseudoscience, right? Especially implications of predictions, whether they're said are evil because someone's superstitious, or fake because they have doubt. I'll use myself as an example. I made 5 pretty specific predictions. I would say maybe 2 of them might have been kind of, inevitable or obvious to happen, but they were still specific enough to not be Barnum statements. I put that on my Twitter, October 11th. All 5 of those predictions damn near have come true. Okay. You know how Magic Mike do. And I'm not even if you haven't seen that, just check out my Twitter, check out my Instagram. I just posted an update to that. And I'm sharing this because just like I've done that, basically seemingly take my skills, something I've been doing forever. So it's not the first time I've done something like this, but just casually being able to just express it, thus pushing forward and breaking the bounds of what people normally think is normal or possible, is what you're also doing too, in ways you might not even think is a big deal, but other people, for reasonable reasons, definitely do. Hence breakthrough. Okay, there's not only a powerful understanding of the magical enlightenment that goes into you functionally taking greater, more balanced action, but there's also an understanding and enlightenment of what actions you're going to take in order to move forward cardinally. Because once we step into this quarter square and you understand the sincere emotional function of what more powerfully to break through with, we're immediately stepping into the second boss battle territory with the square immediately, and that leads us into the road to the new moon eclipse, and nothing was the same. Where did that Drake album, made by Scorpio, that this eclipse will come through to, blah, 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 jargon, yada, yada, yada. You want to definitely use this transit to listen to what the wind tells you and your own mind, as the moon in Gemini will be just providing information before Cancer provides the tea. All right. So definitely enjoy what is revealed. This is a very clear, airy day. That when I say airy, I don't necessarily mean windy, as much as you gaining considerable insight and information that will help you navigate and change your perception to know what direction to feel in when the moon goes into Cancer. The ninth house nature of this is post transformation of Taurus, that transform the physiological understanding of what actions we're taking socially, is now through ascension in the ninth house, bringing to the next level this intellectual understanding and enabling with this to see through the true nature of people's characters too. You know, as beautiful as certain people may make up their appearance, they ugly as fuck on the inside. Okay, they don't have any integrity, they don't have any patience, they don't have any chastity, they don't have any virtues. Okay, and this is what will really key you into believing who people tell you who they are the first time. Same for people who are beautiful on the inside and people who actually are worth, you know, your time and your space. Some of you may really come into the true name of your power, or understanding more so how to break through with this true understanding, and also with your true self. Remember, this is the harvest facet of this full moon that we had with Jupiter and Aries. Okay, so we had moon Jupiter, moon Uranus. Now we're having the moon square Neptune, which is going to shift considerably what it is you are understanding concerning metaphysical aspects with the Neptune square, and what intellectually to understand to make sense of unseen principles and supernatural dynamics that still affect you here for real. Instead of being in the dark about it, you're going to actually apply this advanced knowledge so that you can add your own individual twist and spin to this. And once again, come into a greater breakthrough of understanding your true power. All right. Metaphysical applying to higher aspects of yourself that can be used and functioning in tandem in this lower realm, as above, so below, taking higher causal faculties of your mind and expressing it through communication, through the word. Let there be light down here. All right. And yeah, for those of you who are on that advanced tip, really great day for creating new abilities. The moon over Mars will have you invariably do this, whether it's through pressure from an outside influence, or you just basically do this. So you're going to be coming into understanding of new magical techniques that you'll now move in the direction of taking expression towards moon in Cancer, strengthening moon in Leo, and then mastering moon in Virgo, releasing moon in Libra, transforming new moon. This is uplifting you out of a lot of false narratives in alignment with true integrity, hence the grand air trine. So much of what was said about you or your archetype that was never true is now failing to catch up to itself, right? And being more plainly evident just off of actions you take to break through your true character and break through, once again, more of stereotypes around you, falsities around you, lies around you, which will continue to damage the credibility of those who said it about you, and once again take considerably leverage away from whole groups of people who were so dumb they felt that the lies they told themselves were real in any way. A lot of people who didn't have a foundation on anything solid because they didn't do the Taurus season work, you're starting to see them off balance now. Versus those of you who do have good balance, you're starting to break through and move farther and more forward. Okay, so once again, very powerful. This is a personalization process of taking new social power you've activated new moon and harvested full moon, and understand it in a way that's unique to you. All right, because once we move forward from moon in Cancer, then we're going to release that before we step into this eclipse. And yeah, that's really all I have to say. With the square to Neptune, Open up to clairaudient experiences that might challenge how much you embrace accepting influence from things beyond your mind's ability to accept as anything more than fantasy. Because this is going to come through heavy. You're going to break through considerably in making more sense of this. And until this is, further instilled in Virgo, just kind of playing with an idea that will become super real. So you'll be gaining powerful intuitive hunches, but because it's a square and not the trine in Cancer, you'll be sensing things you're not seeing. There's no Sag, there's no Virgo, but it's a strong sense. That's your brain. That square Neptune won't really know how to process the unseen because it's not a water sign. That's just gonna feel it. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Some of you are gonna break through into having clairaudient episodes and it not being an auditory hallucination, but you actually breaking through in your ability to sustain the actual experience as a telepathic conversation. For many of you, telepathy or telepathic instances, especially through psychic attack, have probably felt more like a radio frequency broadband that the frequency isn't consistent. It's like you know what I'm saying? Now it's gonna be clear, super duper clear. And this is going to make way to prepare to transform the dynamic of how you operate now that the broadband frequency is clearer than ever, because you're clearer than ever. And this, of course, New Levels, New Devils will open up room for new types of experiences, for better, for worse. Others of you could realistically, accidentally, or on purpose teleport to a place 60 miles away from you. I know that's extreme, but if you're born with Uranus and Neptune and Aquarius, it's your everyday life. All right, but the whole purpose of this, whether it's an extreme case or a normal case, is the concept of true breakthrough and understanding the true nature of your character and the true power of how and what you are realistically and truly thinking during this higher elevation of understanding the true meaning of what and who you're connecting with, so that you can move forward in what you feel about them. Because once the moon is in Cancer, we're concluding this Libra season by taking all these partnerships you've kind of established, and you're going to understand how you personally feel about every one of these new partnerships, whether you feel it's worth moving forward with or whether you feel it's time to snip, drop. Okay, so yeah, Gemini is going to kind of pull some drama and chaos before Cancer dishes the tea, and then you understand the drama in Leo. So yeah, just know that things you kind of receive and see into aren't necessarily as small or as big as they seem, but will come into greater prominence later. And the last thing I want to just reemphasize, because there's Pluto involved here too, the final degrees of Moon in Gemini is going to break you through a change in the way you perceive dynamics that you can't see. And the best way that I have to kind of share with this is in a riddle-like parable, but it's not really a riddle, it's just a saying. Because that's going to be that dynamic too. Some of you are going to have to make a decision based off very powerful intuitive impulses and insights that are too strong to deny. And so the difficulty for some of you is going to arise if you still don't know what's more valuable, that which is seen, that which is unseen. This world lies to you and will tell you, due to materialist reductionist standpoints, that what you see and what's visible is all that matters. It's money, that's everything, blah, 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 all that bullshit. What's really important is that which is unseen, because everything that you see does not last forever. It's finite. Everything that is invisible lasts forever. In this life, you should seek for that which is invisible. You should seek for qualities with which you can't see. That's the only thing that really matters. Are you building treasures for this earthly kingdom, or are you building treasures in and for heaven? Once all this is over, what basically experience is preparing for. So when you are caught in the decision or, point to choose between believing in that which you can't see but you can sense versus resting in the comfort of what you can see, make the decision properly and make sure it's based on you valuing these unseen principles, so that you can secure infinite treasure, which is eternal, And for you, you stay blessed as always. Godspeed.